Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. KermMartian here, back with Train Simulator 2017. We are doing an ice train. We are back in Germany for the first time in a very long time. Hello, driver. Please drive into Munich HBF to pick up your passengers. Then you will drive this train to Wilhelm. Due to track work behind pacing, all trains are routed through the S-Bahn tracks, which causes delay, so be prepared and watch the signals carefully. This is episode 31 of my Train Simulator 2017 series, and I'm glad to have you with me. This is also KermMartian Live, number 21. So, as I said, we are driving German trains, and it's been some time since I've driven German trains. So I'm going to have to get used to them again, and I apologize in advance if I make terrible errors. I'm really hoping that that's a green. Ooh, that's loud. Let's stay inside for now. And we have, as I recall, a very tight timetable in this particular scenario. So I'm going to do my best to keep to the timetable while not speeding. Speeding is to be avoided. And I think we have a red up ahead, so I'm going to get ready to stop there. Pretty beautiful scenery considering when this route came out. Could use a little bit of anti-aliasing, of course, but it's not bad. Yes, this train is made of ice. It is in fact bitterly cold inside this train. Quite a nice train if you ask me. We're just kind of inching up on this right signal here, so we don't have to really go any faster, just, you know, stop here in time. I believe there will be another train pulling out in front of us, and then we'll be able to pass the signal. I think it's coming up on our left, as a matter of fact. Alright, let's think about stopping at the signal here. There we go, alright. Very good. Very good indeed. I wish it was more detailed too. More detailed, less aliased, better lighting. But that's what we have Train Sim World for, right? So, what do we have here? We have a 7-car ice train. We are heading to Munich platform 14. And we need to be there in 1 kilometer in just about 2 minutes. By the way, I apologize in advance for any and all mispronunciation of German place names and German words in general. I am not a German speaker, I'm afraid, so that is not my area of expertise. So I do apologize. Speed limits. We have a green over double yellow. Hell, I forget what that means. I could flash my graphics settings, but I think, hold on, which I can do from the keyboard as well. Oh, let's get that speed up again. I think I was doing that for whatever green over double yellow means, which I'm afraid I forget. I think it signals an upcoming speed limit. But hopefully we get told about that speed limit if there is one. Hopefully indeed. I do like the sunset looking graphics here. I'm quite enamored of that. As I've mentioned on previous streams, my favorite things to photograph are trains and sunsets, and if we have both, well, that's pretty awesome. Just like this. Even though that's the tail of our train. I'm not going to complain. Ah, we have to go through Pacing Gleis, platform 10. We do not stop there as far as I can tell. Oh, or is that the stop symbol? Hell, I think that's the stop symbol. And we're speeding anyway. Ah, so there was the surprise 60. I thought so. And there goes our score. Goodbye, score. It was nice to know you. Look at all that score. See, this is why I got a check mark last time. I missed the speed limits. Goodbye, 861 points. You were awesome, but now you're gone. We do have to stop at Pacing Gleis 10. So an inauspicious start to this scenario, I have to say. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I probably cut out a bit of the intervening video if you were joining me via the YouTube video instead of... We're about to hop into our train instead of via the stream. But once again, we are taking this iced tea into Munich. Take off the brakes, go into forward, and then put on the accelerator in roughly that order. I was just talking with my colleagues here about making Train Simulator look a little bit better. Our conclusion was it's not going to. We played with the graphics settings a bit. Whoops. Let's actually look out the window. You can see it really hasn't gotten that much better at all, which is rather frustrating to me, I have to say, despite the powerful graphics card. Sorry, I'm paying attention to where I'm going. I'm just trying to find the headlight switch because it's not responding to the key combination for headlights. There it is. Let's get ready to stop up here. There we go. That's headlights. Very good. And get ready to stop. Get ready to stop at this red. This train can stop very well, I should add. See? See how easily? Now we're going to wait for another train to pass us by on the left, another Durchbahn train. As I said earlier, I apologize for any and all mispronunciation of German place names and words in general. Here comes that train. Let's take a look at it. There it is. Hello, train. Hello. Much train, very train, wow. This is a long boy. We have a streamlined boy. Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, I can't believe how poor these graphics are still after basically putting them on the highest possible quality this game can produce. Much frustration. And then there should be another high-speed train pulling out of Munich. There it is. There it is indeed. There's a little Skype bleep in my ear. Always fun. Probably in you guys' ears as well. For all I know, that's one of our misbehaving Chematech members, like Alex Comic Idiot. Oh, look, it is. Ha! What a surprise. And we are nearly ready to get going again. Lower my brakes a little bit. 22%. There we go. We are set to go. Look at that lag. That lag is really upsetting. And remember, we're going to have to get down to that 30 before the 30 marker. And we lost 6 points again. Because this accelerates so fast. I mean, again, we're dealing with kilometers per hour rather than miles per hour. Let's get down for the 30, which is probably going to be just about up there. There we go, down for the 30, and I think this is where the 30 starts. Ah, there's the 30. You can see the little triangle on the side of the tracks to our right. That little triangle with the 3 inside. That's where the 30 starts. You can see it's not on the HUD properly. So that's another thing we have to keep in mind when we are playing this route. That Train Simulator doesn't actually know where the speed limits are. So the ones on the HUD are utter nonsense. Utter nonsense indeed. Hopefully we can stay up at this speed, so we will arrive on time to Munich platform 14. So we don't get dinged for being late this time. Let's see, another 33 seconds until we have to be stopped and have our doors open. So I'm going to keep rolling along at 28 kilometers per hour. Once again, I'm sure I keep saying miles per hour. I'm so used to saying miles per hour. I need to not be used to saying miles per hour. Well, let me correct that. I'm not sure there's anything wrong with saying miles per hour, except when it's not miles per hour. All right, let's stop this train. And get ready to open our doors. Doors open. Let's set this end of the train into neutral. Let's go to the other end of the train. Drop our HUD again. If I can remember the key for that. There we go. Get ourselves into forward. Make sure our headlights are set. I think that's correct. I think those are correct headlights. Nope, that's correct headlights. That's headlights. Yes, much headlights. Very good. I like that. And we are set to go. We are set to go indeed, just as soon as that little progress bar on the lower left gets across the screen. And let's hope this goes a little better this time. I'm excited about this. We're going to look for that 60 outside of pacing, and we're going to remember that we have to stop at pacing. The little guy that looks like he's running means stop. The little hand that points to the right, that means go through. Got to remind myself of that 31 episodes into Train Simulator 2017, of course. Of course. And if we could get going, that would be super awesome. Super awesome indeed. We were 7 seconds late here. Let's see how much it penalizes us on the departure. Oh, that's what that green over double yellow meant. Unexpected. All right, timeliness bonus. Passengers have boarded. Let's go. Brakes off. Throttle on. That was telling us that there was an unexpected 60 coming up. So, green over double yellow means reduce speed to 60. Good. I'm sure that's not exactly correct, but that's what I'm going to take it as. We have a green there. We have a green over yellow there. We're cleared out. And I'm going to very carefully get us up to 30 kilometers per hour. There we go. Green over yellow. And what do we have coming up here? That is the back of our 30 mile an hour speed limit, 30 kilometer per hour speed limit. Caught myself that time. Caught myself that time indeed. So what else is new, guys? What should we talk about this evening? I mean, it's going to take a lot of concentration to drive this train properly, so I doubt we'll have super in-depth debates about the state of U.S. rail infrastructure tonight, but you never know. You never know what we'll come up with along the way. Hopefully it goes well. Wow, I see we have 5 viewers on YouTube and 3 on Twitch right now, so thank you for joining us all. Us, comma, all. Us all, comma, all. Get up to that 40 kilometers per hour so we don't end up late. Not that we're going to end up late. I think we have plenty of time to get to pacing based on the last run. I'm just trying this again for those of you who are just joining me. I got as far as pacing, but was going 90 in a 60 kilometer per hour zone. Lost many, many points. So I'm trying this over again from just outside Munich. Just picked up some passengers at Munich. And now we are off to pacing, where we have to stop at platform 10 in 6.5 kilometers. Once we get onto this track over here, we should be in a 60, even though nothing actually says so. Onto this track, we should be in a 60. So I'm going to drop out of the train. Take a look. Very nice. I like how our train is snaking along there. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Playing with the throttle a little bit as we go. And as soon as this clears, we should be in the 60. Come on. There we go. 60. Speed. What? 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 I beg your pardon? I have no idea where that speeding came from. because we were squarely in the 60 when I hit the throttle. That was nonsense. That was nonsense, that was. Now we're in the 120. There's a little 12 to the right of the tracks. I don't even know what Train Simulator's on about. I do not even know. Hello, locomotive. Oh, now we're in the 120. Let's hit it. Full power! Alright, and once again, let's go to the side of the tracks, because this seems to be a good place for it. Oh, that's not the side of the tracks. This is the side of the tracks. And watch our train roar by. Short little bell, short little horn there, I should say. 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 117. Next up is a 90 kilometer per hour zone in, once again, 2 kilometers. As we cross over those other lines that are crossing under us. Very good. Very good indeed. Get the outside perspective for a moment, I think. Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. I think that's screenshot worthy. Let's maybe drive from out here for a little bit. Enjoy the lagginess we get from Train Simulator not knowing how to render more than about 3 polygons at the same time. Green over green, green. Speeding. That is actually a legitimate speeding. That I will accept those 6 points off. I deserve those. Now I'm slowing down for that 90 a little bit prematurely, I should add. Because we only have 15 kilometers per hour left to shed. 14. 13, 12, 11, 10, etc. And there we go, right under the 90. And there's the green over double yellow coming up. So I'm also going to continue shedding speed down to 60. And that is part of why we had such a generous time to arrive in pacing, because we were supposed to be going at 60 rather than at 90. There we go. Down for the 60. Down for the 60 indeed, and we're going up a little bit of slope here. Yeah, 2 points off is not great. Not great, but doable. I'm gonna stick with that. Let's see where our surprise 60 comes in here. I don't see the marking for it yet. Oh, and I'll also show you the little things that warn you when speed limits and signals are coming up, in case you've never driven a German train before. Sorry, I'm zoomed in there, so we don't look like we're going as fast as we are, but we are. Now, it says we're in a 120, so normally I'd step on the throttle for speed. But we clearly are supposed to be in a 60 right now, because that's what we got tripped up by last time. Maybe at that signal coming up. Who even knows? I don't see a speed indication on it. Oh, we're down for 44. Let's speed up a little bit from that, if you don't mind, because although we have a very generous 525 that we're supposed to arrive at pacing, let's not push that. And that is just a single solid yellow. Oh, 6. There's the 6. See the 6? All right. So we were supposed to know that green over double yellow before was telling us we needed to get down for the 60 by that signal. So that's what we had to know. That's what we had to know indeed. And now we're down for the 60, and we didn't lose literally a billion points this time. So when the frame rate gets low on my end, I usually say something about it. That's when Train Simulator is loading the next section of the world. It tiles the world just like GeoPipe does, except in much larger tiles. And the stutters when the frame rate drops to about 5 FPS is when Train Simulator is grabbing the next chunk off of my spinning rust. And we are entering pacing, so let's start hitting our brakes. This looks like, there we go. See, this stutter right here, is it loading the next chunk? 1, 2, 3. Yep. I could count my frames per second on my fingers. We are here in plenty of time. We actually had another 2.5 minutes to get to pacing. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. And let's see if we can find some equivalent of a 7-car marker. There's an 8-car marker, so that's probably where we want to stop. Hello, 10-car marker. Hello, other 10-car marker? Oh no, this is platform 10, excuse me. Well, this seems like a good place to stop anyway. And we have a red ahead. Beautiful. Open our doors. Welcome to pacing, ladies and gentlemen, or the German equivalent of whatever I'm saying. Please feel free to leisurely hop off the train, for we have at least 3 minutes that we have to be here at pacing. No, multitasking is hard. We can't both load data off disk and... Oh man, that's really disappointing. That frame rate that you're seeing is just my frame rate. That's super disappointing. But if we don't look at the back of the train, it gets a lot better. But let's see if we can wander around this station while we wait. Maybe look at this cute little tiny train. Tramboy. These passengers that are waiting look pretty bored. Is she on the phone? She is. She's intent in her phone conversation. She's listening to her music. She's walking about. He's drinking his coffee. I support that. I probably would not survive without coffee. Sir, you're inside a wall. Please don't be inside a wall. We don't allow trans-dimensional wall bending in here. Or the equivalent thereof. Yes, checking your watch. I doubt the German trains are going to be late, sir. Unless I'm driving them. This guy is probably playing Pokemon Go on his phone there. Probably. He probably caught his Pokemon because he looked away from it. The Halloween event is now over in Pokemon Go, sadly. I caught lots of Pokemon, including 2 shinies. I did not hatch a Witch Hat Pichu, sadly. Sounds like this train's off. Goodbye, train. If you are leaving. Yes, you are. Goodbye. You are quite empty. Reggio, DB. That's a good question, iPhoenix. I think it's simply the amount of geometry that they've crammed into this train, because you can see if I look just at like the cab, it's fast. If I move my camera sideways along the train, it stays pretty fast. Not great. Board restaurant. Nice. I want to go to the restaurant. You know, it's the frame rate is not terrible, but when I look down the length of the train, suddenly it gets really bad. That's fine. Not fine. So each individual car probably has a lot of geometry. As we get closer and closer to the front of the train, because less and less of the train is on screen and it's doing off-screen polygon culling, the frame rate gets better and better. If we looked at that train over there, you can see it's pretty okay, actually. Our train is the problem. This train is fine. Oh no, now it's getting slower. And if I look at both of these trains at the same time, oh man, then my frame rate really suffers. Then we have problems. See? Then we get like 8 FPS. But if we look over here, everything's great again. Hooray. It's quite a massive tracks here. Anyway, we are cleared out of the station at 60 kilometers per hour, excuse me. It is now 5:25:17 p.m. Maybe we're waiting for passengers from this other train. Well, thank you there. Excellent. I have my German translator right here. That's awesome. You can be my conductor while I drive this train today, then. I did not catch that prodigious gap, by the way. I meant to comment. Oh, that is a prodigious gap, isn't it? That's substantial. That is substantial. Huh. I'm surprised they would allow that large of a gap between platform and train. Huh. Fascinating. Oh, right. Doors? Are they our doors? Nope. Of course not. Come on, Deutschbahn. Iced tea. Haha, yes. Yes, your route is going to be extremely fast. How is that going, by the way? How is your route going, Matthew Vargas? Did you get a chance to look over my completed reskinning tutorial? For those of you who missed that, episode 29 was a revised version of a reskinning tutorial for Train Simulator 2017 trains. Reskinning into new liveries. We have a 60 zone, despite what our HUD was saying. And Matthew is working on his own route to explore a possible commuter train, which I think is awesome. Oh, also in my last video, in episode 30 of my Train Sim 2017 series, if you didn't see that, we're speeding. We're going downhill and speeding. -6. I tested out a CPRR liveried HST, Class 43 British Rail HST. Wow, that was a lot of deceleration. I really need to get used to this train. It has extremely sensitive controls. Come on, game. Stay with me. Stay with me. There we go. Oh, we're in an 80 now, inexplicably. I didn't see the warning for that. What do we have coming up in the way of signals? Nothing. Well, I'm going to go up to the 80 and hope nothing goes horribly, horribly wrong. And there's a 60. See? Surprise 60. I can't believe this. This is nonsense. That is a lot of points to be losing. Lots of points. Goodbye, 229 points. At least it's not 800 points. I wouldn't be surprised if you were trolling me, sir. Now we have 100. Wait, what did that say up there? I missed what that signal said, so I'm just going to look at it from the back of the train. And now we're in a 60 again. This is pretty nonsensical. That's a 60. Oh dear, we have to really watch these signals. Because they have to show us everything we need to know. Aha! X! X means cancel previous overridden speed limit, as far as I recall. And it looks like we're back in 100. I don't know whether to trust that. But I'm going to go full power anyway. Full power! So we can go to full speed! Do we have a 12 on this signal? We don't have a 12. Ah, we had a 12 by the side of the track, though. Gotta wait for the whole train to get into the 120 kilometer per hour limit. 96. There we go. And full power once again. There we go. We're going to try to get an okay score today. No speed limit shown there. Oh, and we are, however, speeding. And because the game is lagging, it's tough for me to take that speed off. All right. See how closely we need to watch this? I have nothing but admiration for ice drivers. Nothing but admiration indeed. Trains that accelerate fast and speed limits that change frequently. We have to go via Gauding. I'm not even going to try. Not even going to try. We have a green there. No speed limit attached to it. I know, that's the worst. That's why you have to actually watch the tracks, which is silly. Silly indeed. But I suppose if we were actually driving the train, we would have to have the route speed limits memorized, and we'd have to keep a close eye out for the change in speed limit. But it is frustrating, I have to say, as a novice on this particular route. It is frustrating indeed. What do we have here? We have a green. We have no additional speed limit indicated there. We are currently estimated to be 1 minute and 9 seconds late to our next waypoint in 6.5 kilometers, so we should stay closer to the speed limit. Because beyond the frequent speed changes, our German train engineer friends are expected to keep much, much closer to the speed limits and change much more quickly, which I suppose is reasonable given how these trains can move and stop. 119 kilometers per hour. No speed warning there. We do have a small train friend that is coming up on our right. Very good. So, James Wolfe, have you seen Train Sim World? Maybe I should do that next time. Maybe in my next video I should stream Train Sim World, because it's basically that, in that you can get out of your trains and you can walk about the world. I'd imagine if they're going to make like a flight sim world, they could do something similar. No speed limit above that. Still can go 120. So you could hop out of trains, or hop out at like Gatwick Airport, walk to the airport, and drive a plane, fly a plane, I suppose. 3. So 2, 1, and speeding. Signal says X, all is well. Let me show you that again once we come to the next time. So they give you a warning when the signal is coming up. Probably if you're going fast enough that you're not aware that there's a signal coming up or something. I don't know. I don't know what exactly the reasoning is behind those, but they're very helpful. We now have 3.5 kilometers till our waypoint, and we're now a minute and a half late for it somehow. A minute and a half late. I have no idea how that's even possible, considering how much we're speeding. Green with no speed indication, and we're speeding. Now we're not speeding. This is a very tough scenario, I have to say. I have to say, indeed. Oh, I got you. That sounds like a lot of fun to me, honestly. I feel like Dovetail would be the one to do it at this point, since they make basically all those games. Train Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. All those fun things. There's our signal. It is flashing green. I forget what that means. Hell. Flashing green. This is what happens when I don't drive German trains frequently enough. I think that means the next signal is a yellow. Is that plausible? No, it looks like our next signal is a green. Our next signal is a green with something over it, however. Maybe? Maybe not. Something under it? 6. Hell! No! Why do you do this to me, Train Simulator? Why? No, my score. I liked my score, and now it's all running away from me. Why? Why do you hate me so? Why do you want me to fail every scenario? Such frustration. Now I'm going to have to do the scenario again sometime. Probably not with you guys, because I don't want to bore you guys of it. But that's just unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I mean, at least we're on... No, we're still a minute late to Gouting Auschwitz. Platform 2, in other words. Or track 2? Maybe passing track 2? Timeliness penalty. So we got a timeliness penalty, and we lost all the points. And now we're in a 160, and now we're in a 140. Who even knows what speed limits are? Speed limits are imaginary. Speed limits just don't even mean anything anymore. Should we go up to the 140? Sure, let's go up to the 140. Why not? Your GPU exploded. Well, that sounds like quite a story. Do you mean literally? That reminds me of a funny anecdote. One of my startup co-founders, not of my startup, but a founder of another startup that we're in a program with, was talking on the phone today, and I overheard him mixing metaphors. He meant to say either we're stepping on the gas or we're throwing more fuel on the fire, to say they were really accelerating the pace of their company. He said we're throwing more gas on the fire, which I strongly suspect is not actually what he meant to say. Speaking of explosive things. Oh yeah, super elevation for days. Super elevation time. Super elevation screenshot time. I'm going to have to do this again. This is such frustration. I want to get this right. Especially up to, there's of course, the stereotype of Germans being very efficient and, caring about punctuality and perfection. So I feel like negative 650 does not quite fit into that ideal. That's pretty terrible, sir. I'm sorry to hear that. That is pretty horrible. I do not like GPUs to explode on me. I can't say that's actually happened to me. I think I've had the odd capacitor blow on me and smell that delicious magic smoke that comes out. I've never had a graphics card light on fire before. 3, 2, 1. Signal. Also a signal that's not on the HUD, you'll notice. And we're about to crest the hill and go down it again, which is going to mean we have a severe possibility of speeding. But why do we care? We're going down the hill, and we're super elevated. Yeah. So we can take screenshots. 4 days. I'm watching our speed very closely. This looks like kind of an abandoned station, I have to say. It doesn't look like this is an actual station anymore. Interesting. Go via Tutzing Platform 2. Tutzing. I like it. We should actually get a little bit more speed on, although the hill is helping us with that. Come on, game. Let's not lag. Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody had a happy Halloween, by the way. I realize I haven't made a video since Halloween. My last video was Monday, which was before Halloween. Day before Halloween, for that matter. So I hope you all had fun. Do you have any calculator or train-themed costume to enjoy? Yeah, I bet your dog loved the fire alarms. I bet he was super thrilled. I hear that their sensitive hearing loves loud sounds, and their sensitive noses love strong smells. Come on, game. Lag is not appreciated. 140 kilometers per hour, and we are going down an increasingly steep hill, so I'm going to keep my finger on the brake. 3, 2, 1. Signal. No speed indication. That's a 60. That's a 60. 100% braking. Full on emergency brake. We have to shed half our speed in half a kilometer. Is that going to happen? I don't know. We still have 30 kilometers an hour to shed. Oh, we might. 20 kilometers per hour. 10 kilometers per hour. Wow. Those are brakes. Those are brakes indeed. That's incredible. I mean, my passengers were just thrown all over the place, unfortunately, but that's pretty impressive. Flashing green. Meaning that the next signal is a speed limit, I think. Based on our past experiences. Oh, we're speeding ever so slightly. I really don't care about negative 22 points at this point, but oh well. Oh, train simulator. You sure make life exciting for me. 57, 58. Are we diverging? We are not diverging. We are staying straight on. Staying straight on. Words are hard. Words are the hardest. Ooh, look at that. That seems screenshot worthy as well. Have I mentioned that I like screenshots? Let's see what we got here. Do we have to stop here? We don't have to stop here. Show me what you got. Platform 3 of some station. Another flashing green. Flashing green with a little white under it. I bet that means something. Solid green. Still under the 60 with an 80 theoretically coming up. We'll see whether that's true or not, however. I really need to review my German signaling systems, it seems, and signs. There's our 80-mile-an-hour zone. Gotta wait for the whole train to get into it. Let's watch the end of the train so we know. And I'll try to get a sense of how long our train is in time from that, if that makes sense. There we go. Onto the throttle. And there's a guy in the back of our train, too. What are you doing there, sir? Why are you driving the back of our train? I don't think that's necessary. I'm just going to go full power because... no, I'm not, actually. Because our whole train is not in the 120 yet. There's the 120. Now it is. And let's stay in the front so we can look out for these swiftly changing speed limits and signals. Oh, I'm so frustrated about that speed limit and all the loss of points. So frustrating. This is why I have a green check mark for the scenario. Clearly, I've tried it many times before. At least once, let's say. Not many times. Maybe twice. Not on the stream, I believe. I know I tested it on my own a few times. I think the last time might have been like a year ago. So clearly I have forgotten all the little quirks of this odd scenario, but there we go. There we go. And now we're down to 113. I can't even keep up with these speed limits. 114. I'm going to zoom back out again so we can get a sense of the speed we're going at. Because it's not slow. 140 kilometers per hour is certainly not slow. 2, 1, signal. Signal is green, no speed indication. Cool pantograph. Very cool. At least there's nice detail on the pantograph for all that lag we get. I suppose those polygons are going somewhere. And that lag is from the game loading. Man, you guys make me have much less... I did not sound my horn for that. Many fewer rose... Make my glasses less rose-colored. Let's put it that way. By pointing out all the flaws in Train Simulator that I tend to overlook, like the lag when it loads a new section, the poor graphics. I usually just enjoy driving along, but you guys are good at reminding me of the things that are not so great. Up to the 120. Going up a 1 in... Well, it was a 1 in 90 hill. Now it's flattening out. I think that means we're going to go down again soon. Still 7 kilometers till Tutzing Platform 2. 1. Come on, game. Green. Cancel previous speed limit. No speed indication. There was a green hazard sign there. I didn't see what it said. I can inch over that 120 so easily in this train. So easily. Milepost 33.4. Kilometer post, I suppose. Are they kilometer posts? Do they become kilometer posts when they're in kilometers? 33.6. There's a 110 coming up. 33.8. That's a green. Kilometer post 34. We're down for the 110. Very good. A little prematurely. We're going to be early for Tutzing, apparently? Question mark? I don't know how that's possible, but we are. We're also losing speed rather significantly. There's the 110. That 11 marker there. Let's see, what do we have coming up? Another kilometer marker. Cancel previous speed limit. So I think that puts us back to 120 once we pass that, if I understand these signs properly. Do I understand it properly? Let's see what happens. Apparently not. Apparently I'm wrong about that. I could swear that that X means cancel previous. It's like a stack, you know, you push the speed limits on top and then you pop them off. But I guess not. I guess not indeed. Roaming along here now, everything's... I want to say everything's going smoothly. Whether that actually remains is yet to be seen. I'll stick my head out again so we can appreciate the mountain range in the distance. I hope the mountain actually just ends abruptly like that. Hills Mountain. Somehow I doubt that, though. Somehow I don't think that's entirely accurate. A little bit of deceleration there. Now we're heading down a hill. I'm going to have to keep a little bit of brake on. Not that much brake. Not that much brake indeed. It is beautiful countryside, though. I have not been to Germany in real life, but I would like to. I would like to indeed. I've got to stop repeating indeed so much. Although I have to say, I used indeed too much before I watched any videos where other people used it. I've always been a fan of the indeed. 3, 2, 1. Flashing green. I think that means something. I think that means something important. What it is not something I know. I am zoomed in as far as I can, and I do not see any clues. Oh, come on, game. That is some exciting Z-fighting in the distance there. Wow. Look at that Z-fighting. You guys are making me really criticize this game now. There's Tutzingleis. 2. 6! Damn it! I hope that was just a warning of a 6. Sorry, excuse my minor cursing there. There's the 6. There's the 6. Yep. Yep. That was not a lot of... I suppose that first flashing green was supposed to give me the idea that we were going to have an extra speed limit come in. So, I'm learning things. I'm learning by experience. I'm learning what signals mean. I'm relearning what German signals mean as we go. Very exciting. Very exciting and inspirational and educational. Mostly that last thing. The front pantograph is down. If you look at the rear pantograph is up. I suspect it's because the front pantograph faces the wrong direction. No, it does face a reasonable direction. And we're speeding. Hold on while I look at my pantograph. And we are to Tutzingleis in plenty of time. That's good, at least. At least we're not late. Time limit bonus. Oh yeah, 200 points. Look at that. That'll fix our score. That'll make everything right again. And we can go up to 110. Even better. Full power. Full power it is. Next stop is Wilhelm Oberbay, Platform 2, in 13.5 kilometers. As we accelerate towards 110. Kilometer post 40. 0.8, I think. Oh, speeding. I saw that too. And I failed to respond to it. Not my most professional day, I have to say. Not the best and most professional of my train driving experiences. But sure makes for good entertainment in my opinion. I have fun. I hope you guys are having fun too. There's 40.8. A little bit more speed, I think. A little bit more. Get up to that 110. So far we're predicted to get to our next stop well on time though. Oh look, there was somebody on a bike waiting for our train. Nice. 41.4. Moving right along then. More speed, I think. Speed. Alright, see you soon, Matthew Vargas. Good luck with your reskinning. I hope you will let me know how that goes. Let me know also if I can do anything to help, anything you get stuck on, for example. For example, feel free to comment in the video or shoot me an email. My email should be relatively easy to figure out. If not, you can always find me on Chematech. I think they can indeed be used in either direction. I take back what I was saying there. Hey, track work. Yay. MOW, maintenance of way. We're down to a single track section here. That's cool. And we're still losing speed. It's tough to stay at that 110. I wonder why. I do indeed wonder. What time is it? It is a time. How time flies. That probably means we're nearly done with the scenario, actually, looking at my watch. Huh. That was not enough warning. I apologize. Is that a crossing ahead? Yes, it is. I'm curious what that voice at the grade crossings actually says. I do not know. I wonder if James W. knows. I would do shaving a haircut. It's not that easy with this horn, though. Like, if you re-tap space, it takes a while before it actually sounds again. See? Also, welcome back, VA Rail fan. I can do shaving a haircut in most British trains and most American trains. Not so much in these trains. That's basically all I can get out of it. I'm continuing to hold it down after that short beep. It just only wants to beep a little bit. Honk, I suppose. But that's almost a beep. I almost wouldn't call that a honk. It's so small and high pitched. Kind of a beep. I understand. I understand indeed. I'm actually doing something weird today. I'm streaming much earlier than I normally do. I was seeing if we would be able to get more people on the stream, whether more of our US friends or some of our European and UK friends, by streaming at a time where people would actually be awake in Europe and the UK, for instance, and where people who have work in the morning wouldn't have already gone to bed. So I'm giving that a try. I'm also keeping an eye on my Restreamio dashboard in the meantime. Oh man, now I'm having trouble staying under the 110. We have double green, all good. People have been coming and going as far as I can tell, so that's nice. I appreciate everybody who's joining me this evening. Oh, this is quite peaceful, isn't it? This is not bad at all. Things have not been going particularly well, as you can see from my score. I've kind of given up on trying to make this perfect. I gave up on that when it gave me a surprise 60-mile-an-hour zone. Green over green, green. This is very nice scenery, though. Very nice indeed. I almost want to call it alpine. Would it be wrong to call this alpine scenery? Good, you should watch more of my streams. You should go catch up on the videos that you missed as well. Actually, you missed some stuff that will never be a video, like my stream where I was trying to reskin the HST for the first time and was encountering many fun quirks with Train Simulator. But I did make a final video that was more of a polished tutorial, so you can always watch that instead if you have any interest in reskinning trains yourself. You may not, that's fine. The Legend of iPhoenix, yes, you caught my speeding, and there's a little bit more speeding. They just keep eating away at my points. It's going to be really hard to do this properly. I'm going to have to just be silent and do this by myself, probably, not talk at all, and just focus on driving. I mean, I guess that's what I should be doing as a train driver anyway, but that doesn't make particularly awesome viewing for you guys, I suspect. That is a pretty evening. This is a very pretty evening. I need to visit Germany. I do indeed. I have much traveling I need to do. Being a startup founder does not lend itself well to lots of traveling, unfortunately, which I'm not complaining about. Here comes Wilhelm Oberbay, Platform 2, coming up on the right side of our HUD there. So let's particularly watch for speed limit changes. Come on, game. Come on. Stay with me. Uh-oh. I see a yellow under a green. I think I'm going to use that as an excuse to slow down. 3, 2, 1, 6. All right. Let's hope that's a warning for a 60 at the next signal. If we could do this one by the book, that would be nice. And the game lags again. Such fun. 70. I hope I've been remembering to say kilometers per hour. I have a real tendency to say miles per hour. 66. Uh-oh. Is that a red? That better not be for us. There we go. We're under the 60 now. Is this our 60? This is our 60. Notice that the triangular ones mean this applies now, I believe, and the square ones mean this applies soon. I believe that's correct. And there's the 60. Hooray! Despite the HUD not having warned us about that 60, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll be professional. That's just fine. Here we are nearing Oberbay Platform 2. Just about time to start slowing down. A little bit of slowing. These are very long platforms, you'll notice. Lots and lots of space to stop. We have a 7-car train and we cover like at most 2/3, maybe a half of this platform. You exactly negative 800 points. That's very nice and round. Looks like there are lots of people waiting here. And we are here late somehow. I don't know how we ended up being a minute late, considering how much we were speeding and how close to the speed limit we were staying. This is not an easy scenario. It gives it two little pips of difficulty, but that's clearly an utter fabrication. Doors are open. Now, is this our last stop? This might be our last stop. Oh no, this is our last stop. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a blast. I was going to 100% braking there for a while. They don't seem to penalize you for 100% braking in these trains. It doesn't seem to count as emergency braking, to my confusion. I'm not sure I agree with you there, Train Simulator. Great work. Despite the unexpected busy lines today, you performed well. Time to grab some coffee. Well, we got a negative 609 score. Not great. That means we lost a total of 1,609 points along the way from things like unexpected speeding zones and so on. Not great at all. Oh, I see we now have 4 people on YouTube and 4 on Twitch. Well, thank you all for joining me. I would love some feedback on what are good days and times for people. I'm trying to experiment with some possibilities. So I was streaming on Monday at roughly 9 p.m. Eastern time. I started tonight. This is a Thursday at about 5:30 Eastern time, which is about are we minus 4 now? I think that's about 9:30 p.m. British summertime. If you have any feedback, please feel free to let me know in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you are on YouTube Live in the chat, which you guys are providing feedback. I appreciate that. If you're on Twitch, unfortunately, as you'll notice, Restreamio did not do its thing properly tonight. The Restreamio chat was not working, so I'm afraid if you guys on Twitch have been saying things that I haven't seen them, I'll try to go back later and look for them. Anyway, well, this has been fun. Obviously, it didn't go particularly well. I would like to repair that. I need to relearn my German signals, but it was fun. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. I certainly look forward to seeing you in the next stream and the next video. I hope you'll do all those things that YouTubers always request that you do, especially as I am leaning a little heavier on the streaming side of things, so you will catch me in my next stream. As always, I ask for feedback on whether you would like to let you know, ahead of time on something like Twitter about when I am going to stream. I did so last time. I didn't do so this time. Feel free to let me know. Anyway, I should wrap it up there before I become verbose. So I wish you all an awesome night and see you next time. Take care.